Most beginners think Voices.com is just about submitting auditions and waiting for work to come in. But the truth is, there are advanced strategies that can completely change your potential results, from the number of invitations you get, to the quality of clients you work with, to how much you could actually potentially earn. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain on my 6 pro tips for long-term success on Voices.com. Hi there, my name's Amy. I've been a voice actor for over 15 years. I've submitted over 10,000 auditions on Voices.com, and this is the final video in my Voices.com tutorial series. In case you've missed the other videos in the series, I've walked you step by step through setting up your profile and optimizing it, how to audition on Voices.com, how to create packages and projects on Voices.com, and how to manage your clients and workflow once you start booking jobs on Voices.com. If you did miss any of those previous videos in this series, just check out my Voices.com 101 playlist right here on the channel. It'll take you through every single one of those videos. So now let's put it all together with some advanced strategies that are going to help you stand out in a crowded marketplace. So pro strategy 1 is optimizing your profile beyond just the basics. Don't forget to refresh and update your profile regularly, particularly your demos. Don't let them sit and get stale. Now, it's not that you have to replace them every couple of weeks or even every couple of months, but at least once a year, be sure you go in and review your demos. Do any of them sound more amateur than what your skill level has gotten to now? Do any of them sound different in terms of the quality of your recording space? If you've upgraded your gear, treated your room better, and your actual sound quality is more professional, then you're going to want to cut new demos to reflect that so that you sound more professional to clients who are listening to them. Also, if you've acquired any new skills, maybe a new dialect, a new accent, or even additional languages, particularly if you've kind of started to gain some traction in other genres that you don't have represented in your demos, then be sure you add those kinds of new demos to your profile as well. It is a great marketing tool, your Voices.com profile. And so you want to showcase every asset that you have in your toolkit. Also, highlight your niche expertise. For example, if you've really kind of drilled down into medical narration or e-learning or doing character work for video games, be sure you are highlighting that in your About Me section of your profile, or even in the categories and vocal styles that you can click on and represent in your profile. Be sure you're targeting those so that you become more searchable for those areas on the Voices.com platform. And remember, kind of going along with that, keywords matter. Use the industry terms that clients are searching for, and that will help you to rank higher in the search algorithm and get discovered by clients who might be inclined to then send you a private invitation for a job. In the first video in this series, when we talked about setting up your profile, if you weren't able to follow my advice and get a professional headshot as your photo for your profile, then make sure you go in and do that as soon as you can. Remember, your headshot it's not something you have to pay to have professionally photographed. I mean, you can if you want to, but having a professional headshot just means put on some professional looking attire, put yourself in a neutral background or even smartly lit in your recording space. Put a camera, it could even be your phone, on a tripod and do a little photo shoot with yourself just to get a photo that looks professional, clean, and simple, because that kind of branding equals credibility when potential clients are looking at your profile. The next set of pro strategy tips is about auditioning smartly, not constantly. I have said numerous times on this channel and in this series that Voices.com and pay-to-play platforms in general are a great way to practice your auditioning skills and practice your voiceover skills in learning how to read sample copy adapt to it, understand client directions on what they want the vocal delivery to be, those types of things. And that is still true. But when it comes to sending auditions, a strategy that you might want to consider sometimes is quality is oftentimes better than quantity. Now, if you have the time to put out 20, 30, 40 auditions a day and you want to do that, by all means, do that. In the process of that, I want you to remember something. Or if you're someone who doesn't have that kind of time and really can say only do 5 to 10 auditions a day, be sure that you are targeting auditions that are A, in your vocal range. If you have a middle-aged voice and cannot do a teenage voice very well, don't audition for those jobs. It's a waste of your time. Also, be sure that you are auditioning for jobs that have budgets that respect and reflect fair rates of compensation. Again, when you're just starting out, you might audition for anything and everything under the sun, no matter how cheap it is. And I'll give you some grace when it comes to that, because in the very early stages, quantity is important, and just getting the practice. And even if you get a couple of $20 or $40 jobs on voices.com, that's okay, because you're starting to build a portfolio. You're starting to get some reviews under your belt. You're starting to work with some clients and learn how the platform works. So that's okay. As you gain traction, though, be sure that you are auditioning for jobs that have equitable rates that are fair or close to industry standard, or at least something that you consider to be worth your time, expertise, and experience to do. Also, be sure that you are auditioning for jobs that have realistic deadlines. If you, let's say you like to audition for audiobooks, and someone drops a project for an 80,000 word audiobook, and it happens to be in a budget range that you think is fair, but they have their project deadline date as a week out, that's not realistic. I mean, yes, you physically could probably pull that off if you recorded tons of hours and edited tons of hours a day, but it's not a realistic deadline for someone to really put forth a professional project. So be sure you're watching those deadline turnaround times. Finally, be sure you audition kind of in the prime time. What does that mean? Well, unfortunately, it's kind of the nature of the beast with a pay-to-play platform like voices.com. The sooner that you can get an audition in after the job has been posted, the better your chances of at least being listened to are. Clients on voices.com are going to post a project, and they are going to get dozens, if not hundreds, of auditions and responses. Some clients will listen to every single one. Many clients will listen to the first 50 or 60. And after that, if they haven't found somebody in the first 50 or 60, they might, either repost the job or update the description or update the terms. But a lot of times they're going to find a voice that they're pretty happy with within the first 50 or 60 auditions that they receive. So do your best. I'm not saying don't audition if you already see the job has had 50 or 60 responses. I have responded to jobs on voices.com that have had 90 responses, and I've still gotten listened to, shortlisted, and at least once in there still got hired as well. So it's certainly worth it. But again, this is where you just want to be smart about what you're auditioning for. So if it's a job that's already had 65 responses, it's not quite your budget range, and the voice match isn't as high as you'd like it to be, then move on to the next one. If there's 65 responses and it's definitely in your budget range and you're 100% on that voice match and you think that you would really be good for the job, then go ahead and audition for it. You still might not get it. You might not even get listened to, but it's worth the audition. Again, it's just all about auditioning smartly, not just for the sake of auditioning. Pro strategy number 3 is leveraging those projects. We talked about this in video number 3 in the series, where I showed you how to create projects and packages on your voices.com page. Be strategic in the types of projects that you offer. These gigs have the potential to become evergreen, things that clients can order constantly. Look at the types of packages that are available from other voice actors on the site. And brainstorm for yourself, what are some pre-made packages that I could offer to clients that would make them come back again and again and again? Is it, I can record your podcast intro? Is it voicemail greetings? Is it short commercial ads? Figure out the niches that could really be something that clients are always going to want, and focus on building those types of packages first. Also, be sure you strategically price them. Have the entry-level low-budget option on your packages, but also be sure that you have plenty of add-ons and upsells to really maximize the kind of income that you could create from a package. I will say, if you want even more voiceover strategies like this, not just for voices.com, but the voiceover industry in general and running your own freelance voiceover business, I would advise you to join my free newsletter group, Mastering the Microphone. It's a weekly dose of voiceover tips, tricks, and truth. Lots of behind-the-scenes stories from myself working in the industry every day, and it's all delivered for free right to your inbox. You know, there's lots of highs and lows in this business, and the newsletter is a great place to talk about them. So be sure to click the link down below to sign up for that for free. The fourth pro strategy I'll give you for success on voices.com is working on building client relationships for repeat work. You don't want to just deliver the job. You want to over-deliver the job. You want the client to walk away from that project thinking they got the most bang for their buck. You went above and beyond for them. You really were crucial in making their project as special and perfect as they want it to be. How to do that? Well, be sure you follow up after jobs. Send them a message when everything is all done, showing gratitude for working together, indicating that you are absolutely open to working with them again in the future. Offer consistent quality to them so that clients know if they come back to you a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, that they are going to get the same sound, the same quality, the same level of professionalism every single time, so that it's a no-brainer for them to come back to you, because they already know that you are reliable, you are dependable, and they know exactly what the sound is that they're going to get from you each and every time. Pro strategy number 5, this is kind of advanced business strategies. Focus on your time management. You do need to audition daily if you're trying to gain traction and gain movement and momentum on voices.com. So you want to audition daily, but set boundaries for yourself. It's not realistic for you to sit for 7 to 8 hours a day doing nothing but auditioning. There are other parts of your business that need attention, whether it's marketing, whether it's building your website, whether it's taking workshops to learn new dialects or accents. There are a ton of things that you need to work on for your business every day. Auditioning is just a small part of them. And when you start booking work, you have to dedicate time to doing the work as well that you've been hired to do, and doing it well. So do audition every day, but be sure you set boundaries for yourself. Also, be sure you're tracking your income, and track your income by project type. Keep an eye on the genres and the niches and the types of projects that are the most profitable for you. And as you start to see those patterns, then focus more and more of your skill, attention, and marketing on those types of projects to maximize your profitability. And remember to diversify your work. Don't rely on voices.com alone. It is just one avenue of your business of getting voiceover work. And I'm going to give you a resource to kind of think more outside the box of how else you can find voiceover work in just a couple of minutes. The idea here is to have a professional mindset. You are running a business. You're not just submitting audition reads on a platform. You're running a business, and you always have to keep that front of mind. Our last pro strategy is staying competitive against AI voices. You want to continue to emphasize your human strengths as a voice actor, your emotional range, your personal connection, nuance in your vocal delivery, that you can take vocal direction and instructions and you can tweak things and change things just slightly however the client wants it. Those are really high quality assets to have as a human that an AI robot computer cannot do. Also, be sure you're adding value through your service as a human. Respond to communication and correspondence quickly and professionally. Be adaptable. And yes, that word, be professional at all times. Be friendly. Be warm. Make yourself someone that the client looks forward to working with. Clients pay a human voice actor for reliability and their humanity, not just a voice file that spits out from a computer. And so you really need to lean into the human part of voice acting. Now, I have to say, if you have made it through this whole 5-video series, there's no doubt about it. You are serious about voiceover and you're serious about getting started on voices.com. I applaud your motivation and your initiative to want to do this and want to make it work. And there will be obstacles along the way. There's going to be struggles. There's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be times where it feels like it's just not working. I say just keep persisting. This is a business. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a whole heck of a lot of effort. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, but you can make a success of yourself if you put your mind to it. Don't forget, if you are just getting started in the industry, your sound that comes through to clients is the most important part of your auditioning. And if you want to make sure that your home studio setup is professional without breaking the bank, then I want you to download my free Voice Actors Home Studio Starter Pack. It's going to make your recording space sound professional from day one without spending a ton of money. I'm going to leave a link for that down in the description. Just click on it. It's a free download, and I hope it helps you. Oh, and remember how I mentioned that voices.com should just be one avenue you pursue to find voiceover work? Well, I promised you a video that lays out my 7 best ways to find voiceover work right now, this year. Click on it right here, watch that, get more ideas on how to find voiceover work, and happy auditioning.